The Cowboys had their preseason debut over the weekend, and Dak looked solid, going 4 for 4 in his only series. Still hasn't signed that contract extension, though, and The Athletic is reporting that Dak turned down an offer that would have paid him $30 million a year. That would have put Dak in the top 6 highest-paid quarterbacks based on average salary. He's currently set to make just over $2 million this season. Jeff, is it crazy if Dak actually turned down this deal?
If he turns it down, if it was reported, it was this rumored that he turned down the deal. I think we got to be careful. You know, this deal, I mean, the Cowboys got their hands full right now with deals, okay? We know that. You're talking about Ezekiel and, you know, next year with the linebacker and then, you know, the receivers. And so they got a lot. They're doing a lot of things right now. In addition to getting the team ready to play, in addition to not knowing who's going to be available opening weekend. So, you know, this is a deal that they're working on, and it'll get done. It needs to get done. Now, you take the one side, one perspective. I guess guy's going from $2 million a year to 30. How could he not do that? Okay, if it's correctly reported, he wants to get in the top 5 is what we understand. Is he worth that? I don't know, but they'll get it worked out. Well, but he's a good player. Have you seen him play? The kid play in person? He's impressive.
But the only thing, Jeff, is if he is that franchise quarterback, they would have made a deal with him if they really believed that. I still think the jury's out. Even in Dallas, where they've had success, they've won 2 of the last 3 NFC East titles. But I don't believe it because everybody in this league wants a franchise quarterback. You have to have one to give yourself a chance to win. So if he was all that, I think they would have done it. And the reason that they haven't, even though I'm not sure about that number, because I'm with you. If I'm Dak Prescott, I'm all over it. I would cut my finger in the room and put an X on the paper. I'd do whatever I can if there was no pen around.
You called him good. Are you giving $30 million
to a good quarterback or a great quarterback?
I don't. You have to get past the amount. You have to get past the figure. The figure changes every year. Every year we go, oh, my gosh, right? Every year, every position, like, wow. So get past that, and let's get back to timing, okay? This is about Cowboy time. There's no, in that environment, in the Cowboy franchise and organization, there's NFL time, there's whatever time we all go by, and then there's Dallas Cowboy time, okay? They're going to do it on their time, and where their timing is and their sense of urgency. They'll get it done. They're better off getting it done now than they are waiting to see what he does this season.
Yes.
Because it'll be a problem.
It will be a problem, and this is why I say you do pay Dak Prescott, and he is worth it because, as you just ended, it will be a problem. Why will it be a problem? Because you continue to build your roster around him that will support what he does with Amari Cooper, Randall Cobb, Michael, and then if Ezekiel Elliott is healthy and he's on the field with all of those weapons, and you get your starting center back, you're setting him up for the best season of his career. And he's 4 years in now. So he has 4 years of experience to where he knows what worked, what didn't work. Now I have weapons that I've started out with in OTAs and mini camp, all this time during March, all leading up to the first week of the season. Like, you have nowhere to go but up.
But you've seen the Cowboys seen all the mediocre numbers and ratings like everybody else. They consider him a 3rd tier. Most people in the NFL consider him a 3rd tier quarterback. Is that the guy you're going to pay? You say, oh, everything's set up. What if he has a stinker? Yeah. What if he has a bad year and you've just sunk in all that money?
Yeah, I understand it. But you've been very well known to just put out different increments of sections of time and play. So
that worked
his last 8 games, how was Dak Prescott?
Very good.
Very, very, very good. So our last sample size of seeing what we saw with Dak Prescott, once he developed and got a #1, what we consider to be a #1 receiver, he was special. He did things that we hadn't seen him do. And that's what we're looking at now, and that's what he's in hopes of, is look, now I have an actual receiving core and a Jason Witten that may not provide production, but he's there as a sounding board to make sure everything stays together. I think Dak Prescott is worth it, and he's going to have a great year.
Let's also throw this into it. What about the running back? Okay, so what were you guys had the stats? If he had 20 touches or 25 carries, the Cowboys, since Zeke's arrival, were winning 80% of their games, something like that.
Yeah. It's a big
Okay,
number.
so it's a big number, right? Okay, so where's he right now?
Yeah. All right, we'll
So
get to
he's
that.
not there, and now so it's complicated. It's not as easy.
It
as
is.
you
All right,
think.
guys, thanks for joining us. Jeff Fisher. Coming up next, Anthony Davis to the Knicks, but he hasn't even played a game with the Lakers yet. That's next.